Okay, I just recorded this lesson without the on record button on my camera, so I'm a little flustered here, so I should be better at explaining it the second time. During a football game, the parents of the football team sell pretzels and popcorn to raise money for new uniforms. They charge $2.50 for a bag of popcorn and $2 for a pretzel. They collect $336 in sales during the game. They sell twice as many bags of popcorn as pretzels. How many bags of popcorn, how many pretzels do they sell? So I want bags of popcorn as an answer. That means a number of units. I already know what it costs. And pretzels. So you're not finding cost, you're finding how many units. Okay. Okay, I think I smell a table. Popcorn, pretzels, and money pretty well set up, so we're buying them together. So pretzels, popcorn. Okay, then how many units? Money per unit. And total. Okay, money total's given, it's 336. Now as far as how many units, I have nothing. Okay, I'm going to leave that empty, I'll come back to it. The dollars per, well, a bag of popcorn's $2.50 and a pretzel's $2. Cost per unit, get rid of that. Okay. Now we use it in the percent problems that we were doing with like the solutions mixture, because there's a percent, there's 3%, but we're going with that. How many units? The only thing I know about how many units is that twice as many bags of popcorn as pretzels were sold. Now we know what to do with 2 more, but what about twice? 2 more, I put a +2 in the one that's 2 more and go x plus 2 and x. Not when it's twice though. Twice means multiplied by 2, not +2. So instead of +2, I'm going to write 2 times in one of these. It would be with the bags of popcorn. So I put 2 times. Now, I can just put x and x though, okay? If you really want to put some here, you could think of that as 1x plus 2x, that'd be 3x. You're not going to use that though. Now, here's where people get confused. They'll say, okay, that's 2x, but then they'll put that in parentheses and distribute. No. You distribute with a plus or minus. You do not distribute with a times. With a times, you write that as 2x and just take 2x times 250. Well, 2 times 250 is 5 with an x factor. Now I got a nice slick little equation here. 2x plus 5x equals 336. So I'm going to add those. That's 7x equals 336. Divide by 7. And x is 48. So these unknowns, you got 48 pretzels, and then 2 times 48 for the popcorn. So 48 pretzels, and then 2 times 48 is 96. Okay. So twice is not +2, it's 2 times. Okay, now we got some problems here. This is kind of the last application. It's percentages, okay? Multiple percentages in the same problem. So I'm going to need my table. But this is about money off and up, okay? It's not about a solution, so it's going to be a little bit different process. John purchased a computer and a TV for a total cost of $2,000. He later sold both items for $2,260. How much did each item originally cost, knowing he sold the computer for 10% more than the purchase price and the TV for 15% more? So I want to find the cost of the TV and the cost of the computer. Okay, percents on top, but there's only 2 of them. 10%. It says 10% more, so I want a plus 10% there, and then put what it's for. That's for the computer. It's not just 10% of, it's 10% more. Big difference in just 10%. 15% more plus 15%, and that's for the TV. And then this we're going to put together because we don't have a third percent. Now, we're going to put percent in the middle. And since there's no percent here, we'll delete that. On the solution problems, there was a percent there, so we put it. We had to multiply it by here to get down to here. I'll be given amounts to put here and here. That's known information. Okay, up here you put money original. And then you put money new. So what do I know about the money original? Well, I know together it was $2,000. What do you know about the money new? Well, together it was $2,260. But now, how did it get there? You are not going to just put 0.10 and 0.15 here. That's not how a more than works. You're going to put percents, and you don't know these. These are the answers to the problem. With the percents, you'll be taking 100% and adding 10%. And you'll be taking 100% and adding 15%. That's how more than works. It goes up 10% from its original, which is 100%. So that's 110%, and that's 115%. Now I still write them as decimals, 1.10 and 1.15. You can do the 0.10, but it ain't 0.10, it's 1.10. Okay? That's how increase in percent works. Now I'm just about there. We got 1.10x and 1.15y. So we got x plus y equals 2,000. I hate decimals on these problems, so multiply them by 100 to ensure the decimal is cleared. So it's going to be 110x plus 115y. You can just add 2 zeros onto that. So 226,000. It's going to be 226,000. Then we are going to multiply, yes, by 110, 110, 110. So that's 110x plus 110y. Do not write 2,000. You need to take 110 times 2,000. 220,000. See, it should be in the ballpark of this bottom. Okay, it's not going to be the same, but it should be in the ballpark. Okay, see you, Mr. X. Nice knowing you. But then negative 115, negative 226. Now add those. If you write 225, it's DOA. It's 110. It's negative 5y. Same here. If you get 446,000 DOA, you got to add the negative in there. Okay, it's negative 6,000. Then I divide by my negative 5, and that is going to be 1,200. Okay, so the TV was the one that with the 15%, so it originally cost $1,200. Now the computer is going to be easy to find. 2,000 minus 1,200. It's going to be 800. So $800 for our computer. Okay, let's do another one, 2 more. You purchase a lawnmower and a weed eater for $550. You then turn around and mark the price of the lawnmower up 20%. That means plus 20% from the original. Price of the weed eater goes up 10%. You sell the items together for $634.50. What's the original price of each item? So cost of weed eater, cost of mower. Okay, so put your percents, but put above what the item's for. Do not put just 20%. That is plus 20%. Okay, and that's for the mower. Same with the weed eater, up plus 10%, and that's the weed eater. Then you're purchasing them together. Then my percent goes here. And put plus, please. Yeah, just put percent. Then money original, the original cost, and the new cost. So these tables have different variations, but they get the job done if you know how to label it correctly. Okay, well I know what they cost together. Original is $550. And guess what? We know what they cost in the end is $634.50. Okay. Okay, we don't know what they cost originally. That's the answers to the problem. And I don't need that because I already know my two values. See, on the percent mixtures with like the solutions, the hydrochloric acid, you can't place the thing there, okay, because you have a percent here that needs to be applied to there. This problem I don't. You don't put 0.20, you take 100 plus 20, okay? It's going to be all jacked up. I will tell, if you want to put 0.20 and 0.10, I'm going to tell you after this problem what you have to do, but then you need to change what goes there. Okay, it's up to you. It's your choice, but I'm going to be taking 100 plus 20. So it's not 0.20, it's 1.20. That's how a plus percent works, 1.10 instead of 0.10. Why wasn't I doing that on the earlier percent assignment in a couple lessons ago? Because they didn't say up, it said percent of, okay? Up and down means you gotta be adding it to 100, moving the decimal. So 1.20x, 1.10y. My equations are pretty well done. X plus y equals 550. I hate that, so 120x, multiply it by 100 times 100, that's 110y, times 100, that'll be 63,450. Then I roll 120, 120, 120. So 120x plus 120y equals 550 times 120, 66,000. Again, it should be in the ballpark with the bottom, okay? So 120x plus 110y equals 63,450. See x, y is negative, that's going to make 10y. And then the 63,450 is negative. It's going to be 62,550. Or no, wait, it's not even close. 2,550, okay? Then divide by 10, and that's 255. Okay, 255 makes sense, totals 550. That's your weed eater cost. Then you take 550 minus 255, that's 295. Now, if you cannot stand that thing with the 100%, fine. If you're just going to put 0.20 and 0.10, there is a way to work through that. You would still have your x, y, 550. That wouldn't change. But if you insist on just doing 0.20, 0.10, fine, but then you're not putting 634.50, okay? Down here you would put, to put what you would have down here, you would have to take 634.50 minus 550, put that there, okay? So if you're fine with how I just did it, I would stick with it. So if I subtract 634.50 minus 550, 84.5, if you're just putting 0.20, 0.10, fine, but then you would have to put 84.5 there, not where it ends up at. Okay, next problem. More than one way to skin the cat, but again, 2 appliances have been purchased for $3,500. If a 10% discount, okay, discount means minus homes, okay, not up, was applied to the first person, an 8% discount, meaning minus, was applied to the second. The total price of the purchases were $3,170. What's the original cost of each item? They don't tell me the items, so cost of item 1, cost of item 2. Okay, so let's talk about this. So you've got the percents, 10%, but it's minus 10%. It will not be plus 10%. Minus 8%, and then together. So this is the cost original, this is the percent, and this is the new cost. The original cost is $3,500, but then discounts happen, and the new cost goes down. Only makes sense. So I don't need that. Okay. Now we don't know these. That's the answer. We want to know what they cost originally. Just put item 1 and 2 if they don't tell you what they are. Now, if you want to follow the game plan, you're not going to put 1.10 there. You need to take 100 minus 10 and 100 minus 8. So it'd be 90% and 92%. So I would put 0.90 and 0.92. So this can be 0.90x, 0.92y. Now you're like, Hermson, why isn't there a 1 in front like there was on the other? Well, because on the other ones I was adding to 100, and it was like 115 and 120. These are under 100, so they'll have 0 in front of them. Okay, so we got x plus y equals 3,500. Multiply all those by 100 so we don't have to worry about the decimals. So it's 90x plus 92y. You can just put on a couple extra zeros there. 317,000 that I times by 90 on the top. And the bottom you can multiply by 1, but it really not necessary. 3,500 times 90 times 3,500. 315,000, which compares well to that. Okay. Negative, see ya. 92 and 90 and negative 92 is a negative 2y, not 182. You got to remember the negative. You also got to remember the negative there. If you end up with, if you add them and forget the negative, you end up with 632,000. Well, that doesn't make any sense. Okay, now you're at negative 2,000. So y is 1,000. So 1,000 is item 2. Item 2 originally cost $1,000. To find the cost of item 1, what plus 1,000 is 3,500? Well, you could just take 3,500 minus 1,000, 2,500. Okay. Now again, if that minus and plus on the percent is bothering you, okay, if you get what I'm talking about, you can shut this off and watch and do the problem. But if that plus minus percent's bothering you, if you just want to do the 8 and the 10, fine, dog, okay? But then there's a change you need to make down here. And this will not be percent new, it'll be the money taken off. Money difference is what I would call it, okay? Money difference. Okay, so together is going to be 3,500 xy. Now, if you insist on just doing the 0.08 and 0.10, fine, but then you better not be putting 3,170 right there. To find what would go there, you would need to take 3,500. You would find the difference in the two total cost, essentially. Okay, so that's going to be 330. So 0.08x, 0.10y, and then go from there. But you cannot then, if you're just going to use the percents that are given in the problem, you can't just throw that bottom, because then it wouldn't be the money new, it would be the money difference, okay? Whatever works for you, okay? I personally like to put plus and then add those to 100 before I place them, or subtract them from 100, then put that decimal in.